What got me doing fashion was actually my cousin. He had a cool factor to him where it's like he was making hats, and then there was a lot of rappers from the city that would come to his basement,
Right.
and I just wanted to be cool like him. So he started these hats that had flaps, right? And they were the old man hats with the little snap at the front. So I was like, how could I make that? Or actually, can you make me one? And then he didn't make me one, so I figured out how to make it myself. And then I went to him, and all I was doing in the basement was just cutting fabric. And that's how I got myself into fashion. I want to be cool. I want to be different. Believe it or not, when I started making hats, because that's how I started, the first name that I ever came up with for my fashion line was called Junk House. It was a JH. And then the way my hats were crafted, they weren't good at all. And somebody said, yeah, that's some real junk house right there. Right? So obviously he shot me down. Hard as down. So like, all right, I'll figure out something else. And then my mom was just like, why don't you just use her name? So I said, my full name is Tremaine. I'm not gonna use Tremaine. So I'm just like, people just call me Tré. So I just said Tré, but I didn't understand how to flow with the Tré Paul. So when I started saying Tré Paul, people were like, yo, that's a fashion name. Like, damn right, we use it. I'm gonna say it's directed to people that are confident, because I do a lot of bespoke. So you have to be confident enough to come in, get measured. Don't worry about how your body is, because I'm crafting it to your body. Being bold enough to wear fabrics that you choose, right? And just being different enough to wear it and feel confident. So it's just for the confident person. Also, it's going to be for that person that young entrepreneur or even works a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? So it's pretty much anybody that has ambition, and pretty much I could afford it. I'll tell you the truth. A lot of well, these companies like Gucci and all those companies, they have their own colony, right? It's hard for me to be in there and be accepted as a designer, because you have to go through some sort of realms with them to be considered, okay, he's, but so I'm like, I do everything they're doing. I'm gonna make my own little colony. So that's why I always say I stay in my own lane, I do my own thing, and I'm like, why not just have pop-up shops around the city and then eventually travel around the world, showing people that streetwear can be high-end too. It doesn't have to be a suit where you go get measured up. It could be a nice fly jacket, you know what I mean? And then just keep that going on. The Tré Paul lifestyle is like beard oils. I do want to get into furniture, but I'm a real minimalist. You know what I mean? I like stuff just simple, clean. You know what I mean? I like quality stuff. I've started to design bags. Right. This is called the pad bag. You can find it online. Made out of genuine leather. So that's my other accessory that I'm getting into. I eventually want to get into belts, wallets, and shoes. So I just keep it nice and tight knit. First off, I get inspired by two different things. It's either I see the fabric first, or I see something on the street and I just start sketching it, then I find the fabric. I can work both ways. So with that being said, say I see the fabric, I come up with the design from that fabric. I'll sketch it out. Then what I'll do is cut the pattern. So I'll cut the pattern and you have something called a muslin. So then I'll do a muslin for the style, make sure the fit and everything is proper. And that's where I'll do all my guidelines and style lines, is on the muslin. From that, I do a draft of the pattern, so a 2D pattern. And then from that, I cut the jacket out, and then I construct the jacket. What I usually like to do is drape the fabric, so the muslin on a Judy or on an actual person, which is me, and then start pinning and forming it like that, and then going to 2D. Because I think the fit would be better. It's a lot better like that. So you can find me on Instagram, Tré.Paul, or you can go on my website, Tré Paul at bigcartel.com. You can find the pad bags. That's our #1 seller, and it's our classic accessory. Also, the classic garment is the bomber style jacket silhouette. yeah, so check me up online or just keep posted on Instagram for other pop-up shops that we'll be having. Cool. And collaborating with Ace on Eastwood as well. And also we're doing collaborations with jewelry designer M. Jose, so you can find that as well.